Hello and welcome to The Bad Show and another bad podcast. What a week it's been, guys. We've just had E3 and the announcement of Google Stadia. With me, as always, is Derp. Say hello, Derp.
What's up? Ha! You thought I was going to say hello, Derp. I ain't going to follow your fucking rules anymore. You can't fucking control me. You're not my real mum.
It's true. I'm not.
That's right.
I don't think your mum's your real mum either. Like...
No, I don't know, probably.
And also with us today, we have Dave, also known as Being Graphic. Hello, Dave.
Hello, everyone. And just to say that you are fucking breathtaking.
Oh, fuck me. Here we go. You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
If you haven't seen E3, spoiler alert. Okay, so before we get into the actual discussion of what went on at E3, there were a couple of little treats before it all kicked off. So I think the first thing to cover is the new one by Hideo Kojima, Death Stranding. Guys, what do we think?
No idea what the fuck it is. Still don't know what it is.
I would tend to agree. It looks pretty fucking random.
But I love it. I think it's the best marketing ever. The more you watch, the more the less you understand. And there's Troy Baker in it.
It's the Pringles of entertainment.
Yeah, like I think off sort of recording, me and Dave had this discussion about how the marketing is it's like viral marketing, isn't it? A bit like what we had with Cloverfield, where they don't really explain what the fuck's going on, but you just want to see more.
You two had a conversation without me off camera.
Yeah, we've been talking about you behind your back.
Oh,
yeah, pretty much about who your real mom is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fine.
So the idea behind Death Stranding, well, we don't know what the fucking idea, but like the marketing behind it is just lots of abstract images, isn't it? I mean, in the gameplay we got to see okay, so it seems to be some kind of walking simulator, and a survival game, and some building or something. I know, there's the ladder that extends into infinity, so you can climb up mountains and shit. I'm just like, what? It's Daryl from The Walking Dead doing stuff.
But just take it in the context. It's like a Mad Max and a Space Odyssey combined with just some Asian odd element to it. That's what I'm taking it as. It's anime brought to life.
Yeah, Kojima's pretty fucked in the head. I mean, if you look at all the previous projects he's been on, and Romero as well, those two, they make some pretty twisted games. Well, everything they do is twisted, should I say, because Romero's not really known for his games. But yeah, the world, the story, the narrative, I'm really interested. I mean, I'm definitely buying it. Just me? No one else buying it?
No.
You guys have to talk as well. That's how a podcast works. You know this, right?
Oh. Okay, I'm just...
Derp, go first, man. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I'll buy it.
Well, that was easy.
Wow. Right. The only game I'll speak now is I will say that I enjoy it, but it freaks me out at the same time because I have heard rumors, and probably it's been confirmed a bit now, is that death is part of the gaming experience rather than the end of the gaming experience. And I think that opens up a whole new level of gameplay. Forget the narrative or anything, but the game mechanics and how you actually immerse yourself in the game, to me, has replayability, for one. And two, it's a game where it's basically blown all my childhood gaming experiences out of the water. So fucking hell, if you don't buy this game, you're missing a milestone in the fucking industry, if you ask me.
Yeah, I've heard it described as a strand game. Like that's a thing. I've never heard of a genre called strand games before. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure if you Google it, there has probably been a couple. But I think the idea is that death is, as you say, it's a part of the gaming experience. I did see some weird shit going on in the trailer where there's I think it looks like Daryl dies and then gets pulled halfway across the land in this weird goo shit. I wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of like a death and rebirth kind of scenario going on. Maybe Daryl can't die until he's completed his task. I'm going to continue to call him Daryl, but he's Daryl basically.
But what's with the bridge baby then? Because it says in the trailer good thing we have a bridge, baby. And he goes, yeah, I feel dirty every time I put it on. He goes, yeah, but it's a good connection or something like that. And then
you wouldn't want to put on a weird baby. Of course, it's going to feel wrong.
Yeah, but they're calling it a bridge baby, which is kind of a plot. Yeah, like it's going to be some kind of weird sci-fi thing where this baby enables him to, I don't know, jump realities or some shit like that. Who knows? Not me. Okay, so we can sit here and speculate on the inner workings of Kojima's mind for the next hour, but we'll all have nightmares tonight. So moving on, Google Stadia was announced, which looks to be pretty impressive if what they're promising is actually what they deliver. So for those not in the know, if you've been under a rock for the last 2 weeks, Google are attempting to change the way the gaming industry works in the form of cloud streaming. So the idea is that you basically don't buy a console or a PC or whatever. You basically subscribe to a service, your games sit on this service, and it streams to any device you own that's got a Google browser. So if you've got Chromecast in your TV, if you've got Google Chrome, I believe the Google Pixel 4 is the first phone to do it, but they're going forward. They want to make it so that all phones can do it. Straight up, you see the guy on stage in the demo, and he goes from playing it on the telly to playing it on his phone.
Well, yeah. You can stream on your phone, but it's isn't it supported by Pixel cell phones? So a lot of Android and
for the moment.
So on launch, it will be the Pixel 4 that does it. But going forward, they want to make it so you can connect any device. So the idea is you'll be able to use PlayStation controllers, Xbox controllers, keyboard and mouse, use the Google controller, literally anything you want. They want to basically make it as flexible as possible for everybody to use. But the thing is, when it launches, there's too many bugs to iron out for them to worry about all of the coding for all of the different devices. So they just got to get the basics right first. But the idea is that any smartphone. And so you can kind of get a mount for your control pad, stick your phone on that, and go sit on the bog and play Doom Eternal if you want.
Fuck yes.
Sounds like fucking hella fun to me. So initially we thought we were going to be getting like a Netflix kind of service where there's like a range of games on there, and because it costs you £10 a month for the Pro subscription. There is a free service, so the Pro will give you 4K 60 frames a second with 5.1 Dolby Surround. Pretty fucking sweet, to be honest. And the free subscription will give you 1080p and I guess 30 frames a second. I don't think they specified the FPS you would get. And as long as you've got an internet connection of over 35 meg, you can get the 4K 60 frames. Which, I'll be honest with you, you've got to have a pretty gnarly PC to do 4K 60 frames a second. So for it to be able to generate that, so at the moment they've got like a Founders Edition, which anything that's got Founders Edition, you're usually paying over the odds for something to support it. And the Founders Edition comes with the control pad, the Chromecast Ultra, and 3 months of the subscription. So that would usually be £10 a month, 30 quid's worth of subscription. And on launch, it comes with Destiny 2 Complete Edition, basically. So that's all of the DLC, everything's included. And they're promising that on the Pro subscription, there'll be free games thrown in like monthly, which, they'll build a library essentially. So it looks really, really interesting if they can deliver. Now, in the UK, I think this will be a hit. I'm worried about the US though, because there's a lot of places that don't have good internet, and it's pretty reliant on that. So yeah, I think the US, it might not take off so well. And, there are some countries that just don't have good internet connections and won't be able to, have the 4K 60 frames a second, which is the selling point. If it was just 1080p, no one's going to give a fuck. Your PlayStation can do that, and you own your games, and you don't need an internet connection necessarily to play your games. But if they really want this to work, they need to get everybody on board with the highest performance. Because if you go, well, I'm paying £10 a month, so I don't have to fork out for a new graphics card every couple of years. That, some graphics cards are now like 1,300, 1,400 quid. So like it's just £10 a month. I would happily pay that. But yeah, like it looks really good. I mean, have you guys had a chance to sort of watch the videos on it and get your own thoughts together on it? Come on, Dep. Hit me, Dep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hit you. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's...
Wait, have I missed something? Derp, weren't you against this before?
Nah, man, I've always been for it. Before they even showed off the trailer last week and stuff, I've always been on it. Originally, I thought it was going to be, and a lot of other people thought it was going to be a Netflix thing. So you pay monthly and you get an entire library of games, but it's not. It's you pay that and you have to still purchase the game on top.
Yeah,
which kind of brought my excitement level down a little bit. But at the same time, they haven't announced if you could synchronize your Steam account with it yet or anything like that. So if you're able to synchronize your Steam account with your current library of supported games, then happy fucking days. That would be amazing. But they haven't announced that yet. So I'm kind of excited, but not as excited as I was initially.
So what they seem to be doing, they've taken a step with Ubisoft because Ubisoft have launched their streaming service and their cloud-based streaming service. And what they're doing is they've offered a position on Stadia for them to have that. So basically, what you'll get is if you've got Uplay Plus, you get all of the Ubisoft games on Stadia, which is pretty decent in itself. Now, it's pretty pricey. It's £15 a month for Uplay Plus. If you think about it, I'll have it all year. But my mindset is like, okay, Watch Dogs comes out, I'm going to want to play that, so I'll pay my £15 for a month. Ubisoft games burn out really quickly because they're just fucking massive and full of like menial tasks to do. And so I usually get into it. I get about a third into the story, the grind starts, and then I lose interest. So likelihood, I'll pay for a month. I'll play that game that I would have paid 50 quid to get my month's worth out of, and then I'll deactivate the service until the next game comes out that I want. So for people who are sort of proactive with like cancelling their subscriptions when they need to, I think it will be a cheaper way to actually play your games. xCloud's likely to be coming out. I don't know whether Google and Microsoft are going to be locking horns or joining forces with this. If you get xCloud on there as well, all these like little extra services, which I think Google will try and gather into their space, could basically make this essentially like the Netflix or Amazon Prime of gaming. But we'll have to see. Dave, what's your thoughts?
My only thing was obviously about the tier pricing, that you needed a Chromecast Plus with it. And a lot of the videos and comments I got were negative about it were from Australia because they are seriously fucked for latency issues. So Australia, not a market. But the only thing credible, like after listening to you guys, and obviously there seems to be like room to expand into this particular platform, is that there was a big thing about killing brands, new tech, and creative studios because this platform, our platform, our rules, our kind of set, kind of policies and things like that. And that to a lot of people sounded kind of like YouTube, where a lot of creators and people come on and then it's very selective and kind of fixed into an infrastructure that might actually kill the industry, or not kill it, but like really impact industry. So
yeah, no, I fully agree. And one of my biggest fears about it is using advertising on a service where you're gaming. So like I think with the free service, I think what they will do is they'll replace your load screens with adverts.
You'll be like Black Mirror.
Well, we're living it, mate. We're living it. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have an algorithm which calculates the time of a load screen and then puts an advert in place of the load screen. So
shut up! Stop giving them ideas.
Dude, they've thought of this at Google. This is already in place, clearly. But I think the premium one, they probably won't. It'll be like having YouTube Red. You know what I mean? It's like you're paying so you don't have to watch.
Yeah.
That's something else. That's something else.
Just get Will Smith, man. Just get Will Smith to do it all again.
Oh, no.
Big Willie style.
Yeah, so like the concept of it and what they want to do is amazing, and I think it's quite exciting because we're on the precipice of a big change in the industry, whether for good or bad. Things are about to get weird in terms of gaming. Something that I'm going to throw out there as well. I think that they will look to purchase Steam.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun.
It's not going to surprise me at all. If they, because Steam because at the moment their library, I think there's only something like 30 games available, which on launch is fine. It's all right. But as new games come out, they will look to acquire that. But Steam has the biggest gaming library on the planet, like at the moment. You know what I mean? There are more games on Steam than any other store that you can go to. And also, it will sell the Stadia service to PC gamers instantly. If you could migrate your library onto Stadia and play all those games with that hardware, no one's buying fucking PCs anymore. That will literally, it will completely kill the PC building economy, because people are like, well, what's the point spending thousands, unless you're just a hardcore kind of enthusiast, you're not going to spend all that money when you can get that same performance for £10 a month.
Yeah, I'm fucking down for that. I'm perfectly happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep spending $2,000 on a computer and able to play the top-notch shit, and only for a few years, and then having to look to spend that kind of money again on a new graphics card, etc.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean,
I don't know, guys. It still sounds like the gaming's version of fucking Skynet, if you ask me, or now what we call Disney.
No. Google are Skynet.
I just feel the more convenient.
The thing is you can dig in when things like this kick off. Which is what my initial instinct was, actually. I was like, no, they're going to put ads in my games and no one owns their games anymore. And they're like, well, I'm a PC gamer, so I don't own any of my fucking games anyway. If you read the terms and conditions of all these clients, you are leasing a product, you don't own it. At any time, your access can be revoked.
Look at you, Mr. Knowledgeable person.
Dad, it's me we're talking about here. I'm the guy that sits and reads rules in computer games to get fucking Easter eggs. I wouldn't read the terms and conditions of the fucking product I own.
I
love it.
But yeah, no, like it's definitely got its ups and downs. I'm actually genuinely tempted with the Founders Edition, just because I think I would like to get my hands on it and test with it. And for 115 quid, I don't think it's actually a bad deal. The controllers go for 60 quid. The Chromecast Plus is looking to be between 70 and 80 quid, and it comes with 30 quid's worth of service included. 115 quid.
And a friend pass.
And a friend pass, yeah. And a friend pass. Thanks for that, Dave, you can have that.
Hey, man.
Lols. Okay, so Stadia's looking pretty good. There's a few games that are coming out for it, not exclusively, which I don't want Google to start buying exclusive rights to games they don't own. If they bring their own games out and they want to make them Stadia exclusives or get into developing, fair enough, don't do a fucking Epic Store. It's why I respect Sony. I do. I respect Sony for their exclusives, because they're all developed in-house. It's not that they've just bought someone and gone, or said a game's coming out and that everyone thought they were getting and just gone, we're having that because we got money. At least their exclusives are their own.
Yeah.
And it's no different to Ubisoft putting their stuff on Uplay or Origin on EA's. You can respect if they made it, then they should be able to dictate where it's sold. But Epic can fuck off. Okay, guys, E3. It's happened.
Dun, 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 dun.
It wasn't bad, actually. I mean, Sony weren't there. They obviously they showed us Death Stranding.
Fuck them.
I was down with it. We're going to get an announcement of the PS5 real soon. I can feel it in my bones. And
no, we're not. No, we're not, because I'm still
We are, Dave.
Dave. No, I told you in my DMs, I will fucking cut you. The Last of Us 2 is going to come out. I've already messaged them over Twitter, so it's like an official correspondence. I've said to them, do not release it on the PS5. Thank you very much. Fuck the money. And they are yet to respond to me. But I have a good feeling they will.
They've responded to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've got. Hold on, let me get the text. They here it is. They have said it's PS5.
Painful.
Oh.
Okay, so I think we'll start with Microsoft. I feel like if Microsoft were showcasing games that were all their own, I think they would have won E3. Because I really respect the fact that there was little waffle and just video after video after video. It was a really good way to do their conference. Whereas some of the other conferences I felt fucking really kind of waffled on a little bit. But some of the things they showed. So I guess what we'll do is we'll pick a game and we'll talk about it like on like a round robin, yeah? So Xbox, the first one I'm going to talk about is the fucking daddy, Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2077. That is... I can't wait for it.
Kablamo! It's fucking awesome!
I bought it. I bought it. Do you know, I don't do pre-orders generally, and I certainly don't do collector's editions. I tried to buy a collector's edition once. That was a Dragon Ball one from Amazon, and they fucking didn't deliver it on the day it was released, and I was devastated. I cancelled it in rage. And I was so angry.
But I sorted you out, though.
Derp actually I was in a fucking sour mood, and Derp comes in with a fucking Goku statue, which is why I bought the collector's edition, because it came with a Goku statue. And he gifted me an old Goku statue he had, which was really nice of him, and it's on my shelf now. Yeah. But that was like my experience of buying a collector's edition. I was like, wasn't a good experience. But I saw the collector's edition of Cyberpunk, and I wanted it. But more than anything, I wanted just CD Projekt Red to have the money. I was just like, I want them to do well off of this. I want this to be huge, and for them to carry on doing what they do, and to be able to do it at the scale that they've tried to do this. Because as a company and the way they treat their consumers, they are a notch above everybody else. You know, there's no other company that deals with their consumers like they do. They don't buy into the sort of SJW bullshit. They're currently being attacked all over the fucking place by, Rock, Paper, Shotgun and, Game Informer and all these other fucking sites trying to nitpick. They're trying to, like when somebody's doing really well, they got to try and bring them down, haven't they? And it's like, oh yeah, they're like, oh, there was in the trailer there was like a picture of a woman who clearly has a cock like in her pants. And then they're like, oh, it's anti-trans in her pants. Well, at least it wasn't, it wasn't flopped out or anything. But yeah, she clearly has a fucking massive dick.
Massive.
And people are like, oh, this is anti-transgender. I was like, well, I'd say it was including transgender, actually. But, they're like, oh, there's not enough people of colour. And I was like, oh, fuck, stop with your fucking checkboxes and just let them make the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, just... stop trying to put your personal politics into a game set in 2077.
Ooh, yeah.
Thank you.
Ooh.
Thank you.
But yeah, the actual the conference, man. I knew I was going to love. Like they showed us a CGI trailer basically. Usually I put no stock in that, but it was just I wanted to see more of Cyberpunk. I know when fucking Keanu Reeves comes out, I was just like, what's going on? Like they put him in the game. I was like, Keanu fucking Reeves, guys. Like, yeah, I was.
He should have come out with a dog.
That was the other guy did that, didn't he? What's his face?
Oh, in Ghost Recon, was it?
Yeah, okay, dog. We'll get to that. But yeah, no, like the Keanu Reeves like being in it, and apparently he's quite a big part in it as well. It's not like just a small cameo. I've heard a rumor that he's going to be like the Joker is in Arkham Knight, where he's kind of part of V's psyche. So I'm not sure what he's supposed to be to V or whatever.
That would be pretty cool. That would be good.
Yeah. So maybe like a dead brother or something like that. But yeah, no, it looks amazing. I knew I was going to love it. The footage they showed, I was still blown away by it, even though it's all like cutscenes. They did show a tiny bit of gameplay, but apparently they did a behind closed doors gameplay show as well. And I've been following Yong Yi and SkillUp, who are two of my favourite games YouTubers. And they have basically said that, what we saw last year, they've fleshed it all out and changed it so much. It's such a different beast for the better. So I look forward to, I think in August, they're going to treat us to a big kind of gameplay show-off thing.
Yeah, I think it will be at Gamescom as well when they
Yeah. They actually really, really interesting little Easter egg. Me and my Easter eggs again that they did. When they advertised the collector's edition, there was a couple of lines of code that come up, and it was apparently location to a network, an open network place. There were files in this network thing, and there was basically one of them was like a thank you letter, another one was like a poster which you could download,
right?
And also there was another one which was a letter explaining the strategy and why they're doing things the way they are. So they're sort of saying like yeah, we know that people are going to be upset that again there was the gameplay is getting shown behind closed doors. We didn't want you ask them why we're doing this. We're doing this because we want to have something to show off in August to generate hype for the game so that we can really build something and so the game does well. They literally just told the truth. Which you never get these days. Which, yeah, again, it's shit like that. Do you know what I mean? The guy who, when Keanu Reeves came out, the whole "you're breathtaking," and he's like, "No, you're breathtaking." They gave that guy a collector's edition. The guy who shouted that, they just gave him a collector's edition. It's just, it's right. All these little things that they do.
Imagine that guy though, like when Keanu Reeves goes, "It's breathtaking," and he spontaneously shouts out, "You're breathtaking." And Keanu Reeves points at him and goes, "The one." The fucking Neo points to him and goes, "You're breathtaking." He gets up, he walks out and gets hit by a bus. I'd say that's a full fucking life. That is purely, I'm done. Take me. I'll just wake up in a vat of fucking goo anyway. Thank you, fucking Keanu Reeves. You were right.
Yeah. No, the game in itself, being a fan of CD Projekt Red for so long, and seeing how each and every one of their games just gets exponentially better, from the first Witcher to the second to the third, and now to Cyberpunk. I have no doubt in my mind this game is going to blow minds. It's going to be a minimum of a 9 out of 10 game as far as I'm concerned. They just won't release it if it's not. So I really look forward to getting my hands on it. As I said, I pre-ordered the fucking collector's edition. Did you guys see the normal edition? What they give them? It's fucking insane. They're giving their normal edition is like what other companies do for their collector's edition. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It comes with like maps and compendiums and all that shit. And they've always done that as well. They've always done that. Like I remember I bought a physical copy of Witcher 2 on the PC, and it came with loads of papercraft shit. You can make like a paper Geralt and fucking Triss and stuff. And
I missed that shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that sort of fun shit that you kind of, extras. It's tat, but it's cool. And it made you kind of want to buy the physical version.
But that's my problem with, and sorry to bring up the point of Stadia, is that you will lose that fucking tat.
Yeah,
you will lose it.
Yeah, no, like completely. They will kill off the physical market, and they will kill gaming on the high street as well. Which is already on tap.
It's pretty much gone, isn't it?
Yeah. So there are pros and cons to it. I'm just a technology whore. Somebody shows me a new impressive technology, I get excited. When ray tracing came out on graphics cards, I was interested by it. Do you know what I mean? I'm really looking at the new internet technologies that are coming, because obviously with Google trying to create cloud great gaming, with people moving away from TV stations and into streaming services, the internet basically is not quite cut out for a house of 5 people all streaming games, and we've only just got off the fucking data caps, for God's sake. So there's all these new technologies coming, and Facebook are trying to create a drone based technology.
Fuck off, Beam. Facebook.
Yeah, I know, right? NASA are looking into sort of satellite uplink, making that sort of widely available. And there's a few others as well. There's some really interesting technologies. So, eventually those sort of things will. We need the internet landscape to evolve for the technologies to be functional. Okay, so we've talked about Cyberpunk and slipped back into Stadia. Let's leave Stadia alone now, yeah.
Go on.
Microsoft conference. Give us a game that you like the look of. You want to talk about?
Microsoft.
Yeah.
To be honest, Microsoft for me was probably Cyberpunk. Really, that was about it.
But
is that it?
Really?
Yes, maybe.
What about the certain Game Pass announcement?
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that could be worth talking about.
I suppose.
Derp, take it away.
I suppose, yeah, it's pretty fucking good at it. I bought the Game Pass for PC, Xbox, PC thing. That's the one. Yeah, it's good. Gives you loads of games. What Valve can't play right now.
Yeah, it's fucking pissing me off. So they announced the Game Pass for PC for £1 for the first month, which I thought was worth just doing.
And then it's $4.99 for the rest. It's
really good. It's like £4 a month for 100 games.
Yeah, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. I think that's pretty much won a lot of PC gamers.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah. Once it's functional, because the thing is they've launched this new Xbox app, which is quite smart as well.
What is that?
So there's an Xbox app that you can get for the PC, which basically is like it just holds all your Game Pass games. It's like really tight. It's a client, really, but it's it's pretty nice. But you have to use the test build of Windows to get it, and the app's in beta and barely functional at the moment. You can't do searches on it. You can't list games. It gives you your recommended games, and you can there's like a D&D dice, and you can kind of say, show me a random game, and then you can install it or whatever. The problem I'm having, Derp's fine, but I'm having this weird issue where any games made by Microsoft themselves, so like Gears, any of the Halo games, Forza, anything like that, they won't launch.
Really?
It comes up with a splash screen. And I actually went into the files, and I see that they've got a weird file structure, and they lock down all the folders. So I work in IT, so file structures will not hold me. I just change the permissions to me. Thank you very much.
He keeps all that knowledge in his big head.
Yeah, that's why my head is so swollen.
Well, everyone who has given up their virginity 20 years ago doesn't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. So, like the folders are all locked down. What they do is when they install their game, it's basically, it says the person who owns it is system, which would be your operating system. But it basically then locks you out. So what you have to do is take ownership of those files back just so you can get in them.
But you still can't play them, but I can. You see, that's the big thing, and it fucking is brilliant. It works a treat for me. You've got all these games. I'm just like, I've got 10 games from them already. I'm just like, shit, what do I play now? And I was like, this isn't costing me fucking anything. It's costing me like a £5 instead of like £50 a game.
Yeah, I'd like to figure out why, because I'm quite interested. I mean, I don't really do racing games, but I quite want to play Forza, and I do want to play the Master Chief Collection when it comes out. So if I can avoid buying...
You can still play Master Chief. You'll be able to play that on Steam.
Yeah, no, but I have to pay for it.
Well, yes.
That's what I mean. I mean, if I'm paying a £5 a month, I mean, like the other games, the third-party games on there, they work fine. I'm playing Vampire at the moment, which is really good. Playing Void Bastards, which is fucking hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when Battletoads comes over, I look forward to that one.
You and fucking Battletoads.
Wait a minute. No.
Yes.
What, Battletoads, wasn't that for mobile? Or was it for... Yeah. No, was it for PC as well? Have you seen... Okay, forget that, but what about the fucking artwork on that thing? They look like incestual butt-sexed frogs. The design of them are horrendous.
What? They look like Battletoads. What are you talking about?
What?
Did you play Battletoads?
Yeah, I played the original Battletoads, but have you seen the new ones? Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a trailer.
They were awful. They look like they're on heroin, Balf. Smacked up toads.
Battle!
Yeah, well, I'm still going to play it. Fuck you.
Actually, no, you probably won't, because it won't work on you.
It's true.
Ooh.
It's true. I just want to play these games. Why?
Maybe if you have to come around mine and then play it, but you don't have a car, so you have to get a bus, I guess.
Yeah, I just won't bother. Okay. So yeah,
wow.
Yeah, so
solved like that.
Game Pass is probably one of the best things to happen to PC gamers in quite a long time. And I feel a little bit sorry for Microsoft and Xbox because they don't really have a lot of reasons to sell you an Xbox these days, but they seem to be pushing everybody more PC ways, I think. once xCloud launches.
Well, Xbox isn't really a console anymore. It's turning into a brand.
Yeah. Well, I'd say they did announce the launch of xCloud, which is essentially their game streaming service, like the Play Anywhere kind of thing. I guess similar to Stadia, but you actually have a library. I wouldn't be surprised if that works its way actually onto Stadia. So if you've got like an account, then you can play your games through Stadia. Just because you can't underestimate the financial might of Google. I can imagine that being a thing, 'cause they really want to bring everybody into one place. And yeah, it's going to take a strong company to say no to them, to be honest. It won't happen immediately, but I foresee that will happen eventually. Okay, next up for Dave, what have you got for Microsoft, mate?
No, that's it. I covered that. No, I was with Balth on that. Was there anything missing? Just list them.
I don't know. Well, we did get shown like Borderlands 3, The Outer Worlds.
No.
Something for me was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Fuck me, that looks good.
You really are, yeah.
My own on that. Mate, we've waited fucking like 20 years for a new, literally like 20 years now for a proper new flight simulator game. I'm into my flight simulator games. That looks fucking good. It's going to be part of the service as well. I can't fucking wait. And it looks beautiful. Fucking
fair enough.
Gorgeous.
I mean, what else was there? They showed a couple of interesting looking games off, but like they didn't get me excited. Things like the Blair Witch game, the Gears 5, new Halo, Wasteland 3. But yeah, they weren't things that I was like, I'm on fire for. Oh, what was the MMO they showed? Phantasy Star Online 2. That's piqued my interest. Fantasy Star Online 2. I played a little bit of the first Fantasy Star Online, and it's very good. It is very, very good. So, that would be one to look out for. But aside from that, it wasn't that their games looked amazing, but I did appreciate the quick fire videos to get through their sort of presentation. So, who should we EA. Should we talk about EA's games? There's one EA game they showed off that I have any interest in whatsoever. And that's the Star Wars Fallen Order. Yeah, it's kind of I'm not massively excited for it, but I appreciate that we're getting a single player Star Wars game. It looks like it's definitely got Uncharted's DNA in it. Now Respawn typically make first-person shooters, and this is a third-person sort of narrative-driven game.
I thought it was going to be a first-person game, so I'm not overly too excited because it just looks like a little bit more of an updated version of Force Awakens, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you mean Force Unleashed?
Force Unleashed. Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
Same fucking thing. They both got Force in it. They're both Star Wars. Same
Funny
thing.
that. It does. For me, I think that because I know that Visceral were working on a Star Wars game, and the lead, the project lead for it was the project lead for the Uncharted games. And then suddenly Respawn are announcing a game which looks incredibly like Uncharted. I think EA just basically, when they killed that project, kept all the assets, and I think they've given the assets to Respawn and say, go put that together. Which is a bit annoying because I would have liked Respawn to build a game from the ground up, because they're kind of like the only company within the EA brand at the moment that isn't getting shat on left, right and centre. I don't want it to happen to them.
Just keep going with it, I would say. Keep on shitting on them. I hate the brand now. I'm done with the brand.
I think that's another reason as well. It's fucking EA. Like, I stopped playing a lot of EA games after Battlefield 3, and I slowly came back, and it's just drawing me away again. I'm just not excited about it. I'm really not.
Fair enough. There's definite distaste for them. I think they've had some seriously bad press, and they deserve it all.
it's like that new video I found today where they're doing a little interview with the Anthem developers. Like all the people in the background were just...
the people getting depressed about Anthem video.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. It was just like, I'm like that. I'm just like, I just don't care.
They are fucking awful. I mean, they've been voted worst company in America so many times. It's like they're collecting it. They're collecting bad accolades, like fucking as if they're Pokemon. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking terrible. So you can fuck off after what they've done to BioWare.
Up your Jaxie. Yep.
many other companies. I was surprised we didn't get Dragon Age. There was no show of Dragon Age, was there?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know they've been working on it. I mean, like, I'm not excited for it, but do you know what I mean? I think they've... the initial plan was to build Dragon Age in the same sort of framework as Anthem, and then after the way Anthem's been received, they've gone, fuck! Abandon ship!
Abort!
Yeah, so that's not gone so well. Okay, let's move on to Bethesda then.
Yes,
Derp.
let's move on.
Go on, Derp.
What?
What do you want to talk about, Derp?
Just, I don't know, maybe Doom Eternal.
Yeah, it looks right, I guess.
Fuck you, man, it looks amazing.
You're such a fanboy, it's hilarious.
Fucking Doom.
Yeah, Doom Eternal does look pretty fucking sweet. Like,
mate,
there's not a lot to say about it. It's just
more
more Doom,
fucking Doom, but more. You know, like all the weapons have more functionality.
Yes.
Oh, it's got like a fucking rocket-mounted launcher on your shoulders now. Your shotgun has a chain, like a scorpion chain. New rocket launchers, new plasma guns, which is like homage to the original Doom this time. You know, it's on Earth. It's not all on Earth. It's going to be heaven and Earth and hell and other dimensions as well, other realities. Oh, fucking hell. It just looks beautiful as well, because a lot of these conferences, they tend not to show that much gameplay. Doom was just like, fuck it, zipping it out, whipping it out. Here's all the fucking gameplay vids you can see.
Yeah, that was true, actually. There wasn't a lot, like, I mean, E3 is a bit of a circle jerk for journalists and to sort of generate hype and stuff for the games. You know, it's not really about the consumers. Although they try and use it now to just generate hype, but like they fall back on cinematic videos so much, which, you know, don't give a fuck. It doesn't show me anything about the game. Like Cyberpunk's the only game that they showed cinematics for that I was happy with it, but that's just because I trust CDPR. You know, I've spent this entire podcast gushing over them, but that is just, you know, that they've won me over. Like when they announced Cyberpunk back in 2014, I was immediately like, take my money. You know, it was only a concept. It was a concept. I was like, I'll pay for it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was sold. And so, you know, I'd like there to be more companies that can kind of have that effect, but there doesn't seem to be anybody moving to the front. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of respect for the likes of Naughty Dog. Yeah, that's about it, actually. Yeah. Insomniac as well. You know, those companies that are kind of working with Sony, they're not on the same level of like how well they treat their consumers, but they seem to be respectable, and, you know, not fucking throwing loot boxes and shit into their games and whatnot.
Exactly.
Bethesda, I mean, honestly, I would fight Todd Howard.
Yeah,
I hate his face. Like, I would actually fucking fight him. He's such a lying... Like, he's literally gone from being a bit of a hero to fucking public enemy #1 in the space of, what, 5 years?
if that.
Yeah, he spent his entire life building up this reputation and whatever, and he's just fucking ruined it. Yeah, like, we got no...
But he doesn't have his greedy hands on Doom, though. That's like...
Yeah, no, that's a good thing. But the rest of the stuff they showed off, I mean, like, his interview on fucking Fallout 76, being like, yeah, we never expected it to be a 9 out of 10 game on launch. So, what are you saying? What are you saying about your product? Well, we knew it was shit, but we released it anyway. It's about what the game becomes, not what the game launches at. But no, that's everything wrong with modern gaming. That's literally everything that is wrong with the way the industry operates at the moment. Release something and then fix it later. No other industry can you get away with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, that interview was fucking cringeworthy. It was absolutely disgusting.
It does me fucking
just the way he was talking.
So yeah, the other stuff that they showed off wasn't particularly great. Another Wolfenstein, Youngblood, and there's also a VR one called Cyber Pilot, I believe. But yeah, like Bethesda came out weak, man. They didn't show off any Elder Scrolls. They didn't. Did they show off?
Nope.
The other one. No, they didn't, did they? Starfield.
They showed off the new multiplayer mode for Doom.
Yeah.
Hold on. Have we mentioned Ghostwire here?
No, we haven't mentioned Ghostwire. Dave, I believe you should lead with that one.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say because it was basically we're working on it. And I have forgotten the woman who came out, but she was the most charismatic. I'm totally into gaming. I love you. I don't really speak a lot of English, and she presented it so well. It's basically just kind of wrapped around a massively disappearing population, the occult, evil and good ghosts. There's images of a warrior with a bow and arrow. Don't know how much he knows about ghosts, but that shit doesn't work. But but there's these sensual graphics and again very much, and I hate to go back to it slightly, is the Death Stranding where there's quite a lot unknown about what the story is, how it's going to play out, and it brings you right back to that kind of old-fashioned viral marketing back in the about 10-15 years ago, where the audience builds the anticipation themselves rather than the game developers. And I am, for one, they almost have my money. I just need to see one gameplay demo and I'm fucking sold. But fucking brilliant. Yeah. I can't wait to see what the hell it is.
You'd be interested to see more. Yeah, it was a very abstract video that they showed off. But yeah, it's one of those. It's going to be like Death Stranding, isn't it? It's going to be like, oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And when they release it, we'll be like, oh, still don't know what the fuck that is.
Just not Sniper Ghost Warrior.
Oh yeah, I have all of the Sniper Elite games, and I know it's not Ghost Warrior, but there's the Sniper Elite games. I'm going to give them away on Twitter, all of them. So if you're listening to this and you like sniping games, keep your ears peeled, should I say. I'm going to be giving away, I think 3? Is there 3 of them? Yeah, 3 games. I think I've got the Zombie Trilogy as well, which I'll be giving away. So yeah, I'm clearing out old CDs. CD keys even. So yeah, there will be some more giveaways coming up. We've done a couple which went pretty well. What did we give away, Derp? I can't remember now.
We gave away something.
I gave away Vermintide Collector's Edition.
Vermintide, yes.
To Fair Dinkum Dave, our Aussie buddy. He's a funny chap, is old Fair Dinkum Dave. Love him.
Maybe we can do another. Yeah, I think we'll definitely do another giveaway. Maybe with Black Ops. Ooh, maybe.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Like doing giveaways. You know, we end up with a surplus of game keys. So
I'm gonna give away my Witcher 3.
Witcher 3. What?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it away.
Dave. I will find you and cut your balls off if you do not complete that game.
Complete it. This boy needs to fucking play it.
Yeah, just play the fucking thing, Dave, right?
I'm still in bed with my wife in the intro. My son's out there doing some retarded shit with a dummy. I might just give it away.
I'm gonna kill you.
So what have we got next?
Okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on because this could get heated. Square Enix. So
it's not that good.
The first thing we should probably talk about is the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes.
I am fucking sold on this. Sold to the highest bidder. Yes. So they showed us a good bit of gameplay. They showed us the first.
What's Final Fantasy?
Shut up, Derp. You know what Final Fantasy is. You told us in the last podcast how you liked Final Fantasy 15 after you got it on PC. Stop playing it down, buddy. Stop playing it down. So they showed us the first boss fight against the big scorpion robot thing, which looks fucking wicked. They showed us how the kind of the live action mechanics are going to kind of work, because obviously historically Final Fantasy VII and most of the other Final Fantasies were turn-based.
Yeah.
So they're kind of moving away from that. There's a lot of people annoyed that it's not turn-based, but it just wouldn't work these days, I don't think. The big issue that people are having is that this is going to be an episodic game, which means they're breaking what was one game into multiple parts. However, I'm not sure how that's going to work, because it's my understanding that this game is 2 discs. That's 100 gigabyte of game. So if it's episodic, it can only be 2 parts. I don't see how it can be more than 2 parts if it's 100 gig per part. It's just fucking massive. I think they've added a lot of shit, probably some bloat filler. But like in terms of the way that it's been recreated, it's as good looking as I could hope it to be. And I don't know if you go on.
Yeah, I think you got to look at it in the terms of perspective or subjective, with the idea that you're literally cutting off the strings of the characters who can now move around in a 3D environment. So you feel like you're getting per frame more of the world, more content. And then obviously they're going to backfill it with something else, better graphics, and a little bit more control in the tactical mode, which is the slow mode. Yeah. And for me, I think people are going to go, oh, but it's the same game, but just better graphics. It's not. It's a 3D rotation of that world, and it's going to be much bigger, much more alive than the 2D kind of I don't know, face that had on the last game. So I think people are going to have to base it on like a perspective rather than actual content, because you're going to feel it's much more than that.
Yeah. No, I'm down. It's going to be it's going to be good. Sorry, my other half has just barged into the room and nearly pushed me over. So it's going to be good, I reckon. I'm going to buy it. Done. Sold. They also showed off the Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, and also Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the new expansion for the MMO. So yeah, good year for Final Fantasy fans.
And then they showed off Avengers.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wow. I forgot about that. Oh god, yeah.
As you can tell, everyone, Balf really likes the look of that game.
I've been really excited for it. That's the problem. When they showed it, like 2 years ago, they showed off the little cinematic with like Mjolnir being broken on the floor and Cap's shield smashed. I was like, oh, this is going to be really good. And then when you got the character designs are all fucked up, and I just want to know why Bruce Jenner is Scarlet Witch. No, fucking Black Widow.
Oh god,
it's just so
someone actually did a comparison of Batman Arkham Asylum graphics versus the graphics of Avengers, and they're like, what the fuck are we doing going back in time for? This is one, we just had Endgame, which was a visual spectacle, and then they give us this this thing, but it has Troy Baker.
Everything has Troy Baker.
Nolan North.
Everything has Troy Baker and Nolan North.
And it should, Balf. It should. That man is a god.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know if you've probably seen the clip, but there's a video of an aspiring voice actor asking Troy Baker. He's like, "Do you have any tips on, how to get started as a voice actor?" He's like, "Yeah, wait for me and Nolan North to die."
As the guy goes into his pocket, pulls out the gun, shoots Troy Baker, going, "Fair enough, thanks for the advice."
It's the truth, though, isn't it? But yeah, like that. I mean, it's only a cinematic, so same as I won't get hyped for one, I shouldn't really be, getting too down about it. It could turn out to be quite good. Apparently, they did show gameplay behind closed doors, and I think it was Young Ye who basically said, it's a lot better than expected, but looks like it would get tiresome after, after playing it for 30 or 40 hours. Like the combat doesn't look good enough to keep you interested, basically.
No.
So we'll see. We'll see. They've got time. They've got time to fix things up. And
I don't know. I honestly think
I don't know. They haven't got.
None
of the games are outstanding in my mind. No, they generally make all right games.
It's just like a next chapter, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, they've got Final Fantasy, and obviously I'll always buy those games because I'm a massive Final Fantasy fan, even the terrible ones. But really, there's none of their games I think I get genuinely excited about. Speaking of which, I don't think there's anything else worth talking about on their release. Oh,
no, it wasn't.
The Last Remnant remastered for Nintendo Switch that they announced, and Trials of Mana, 2 games I would be interested in getting. Last Remnant's kind of a Final Fantasy-esque JRPG game that I had on I think it was Xbox 360, but it was one of those games where I bought it pre-owned and one of the discs was broken, so I never got to finish it. So I look forward to finishing that on the Switch. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I guess we talk about Ubisoft next.
Oh, yeah. Them.
So, yeah, the Ubisoft ones, Ubisoft's games all have the same flavour, don't they? They're like, especially their Tom Clancy stuff. It's like, you play one, you got, you've done them all. However, they did announce their Uplay Plus streaming service, which is going to Stadia, which is really interesting because you can have your entire Ubisoft catalogue on Stadia, which helps bolster those games up. And as I was saying before, 15 quid a month, you buy it for a month when a game comes out, play the game, cancel it. It seems like a pretty cool deal. So they announced the new Ghost Recon, which I think Derp's a little bit upset about.
I am fucking furious about that.
Right.
Tell us why you're furious.
Why?
Right, a Ghost Recon game should not... Well, a Ghost Recon game has always been about sort of semi-realism. Tactical, slow-moving, fucking one-shot thing to the head, teamwork, proper tactical good shit, and now it's not. It's turned into Division. All the weapons are tier-based and levels. There's a level 25 enemy there. Oh, I can't kill him because I only got a level 2 gun. That's a fuck off. Just fuck off with that shit. Keep that shit in Division. Yeah. That's it. That's what
I said to you though, didn't I, when we were playing the Far Cry New Dawn? I was like, it's like a loot shooter done really badly, and it just seems like Ubisoft want to insert that sort of framework into all of their games. It's happened to Assassin's Creed, which I like the way Assassin's Creed's going, by the way. I'm not knocking that, but but they put it into Far Cry, Division, now into Ghost Recon.
Wildlands was not a good Ghost Recon game, but it was an enjoyable game.
Yeah.
But if I wanted a John Wick the whole fucking game, I could. I walk around with a fucking pistol, I could. This new one, no, you won't be able to fucking do that. It's just, I'm so fucking pissed off because there's not enough like really good tactical sort of games. There's a few people doing it, like the like the indie developers are trying to bring it back, but there's no big budget studio that are actually doing it anymore. They're just fucking push. Oh, I'm really fucking pissed off.
He's getting angry.
Really, really fucking pissed off about it.
Derp is he getting green?
I think he might
is that green?
Don't make him angry. You won't like him when he's hungry.
Derp's got mad.
Derp hate being ripped off. Derp's mad.
It's just so annoying, It's just fucking.
It looks pretty generic as well. I mean, you got Shane from Walking Dead. I'm basically just listing actors by their characters in Walking Dead at the moment. Darryl and Shane.
That's fine. Or the Punish, or Frank.
What's his name? John Berthnell.
Berthnell.
Yeah.
Frank.
Bethnell? Punisher.
That's the guy.
Frank Castle. Frank Castle.
Punisher.
So, I mean, he came out with a dog on stage like a G. That was pretty cool. He was in character as well, which was pretty cool. He's like, "You have to take me down." Do you know? He's like challenging the gamers. It was all right.
It'd be so funny if he just shouts out, "Russo!"
Or the same guy that just shot Troy Baker just stands up, shoots him, going, "That was easy." Who is that guy who keeps showing up to these things?
So the one game that actually did surprise me with Ubisoft's sort of showcase was the new Watch Dogs.
Brexit version.
Brexit the game.
Brexit the game.
Yeah, it looks brilliant. I didn't like the first Watch Dogs. I didn't even play the second one because it looked like hipster shit. I did. It was a fucking bunch of top knot cunts, isn't it? It was like, oh god. It's like all fucking gay ass tattoos.
Oh, wow.
And fucking hipsters with the fucking black rimmed glasses. And fuck off. Go and drink a Starbucks.
But now you have it in the UK in a post-Brexit world.
Yeah, now it's all right. And you can be grannies.
Where Theresa May is walking around on the street.
Killer. No, the thing I like about it is this idea that you can recruit anybody in the world.
Anybody,
so,
yes,
like,
love it.
It starts off showing you the guy. It's basically the guy who plays Psycho in Crisis. And I was like, is it him? Is it? I think it clearly was. And I was like, okay, so he's the protagonist. I was like, well, he's a good actor. I like him. And he gets killed, and he's like permadeath. I was like, what? And he's an old lady. It's a little fucking like old granny, and she goes around, and then she fucking starts tasing this fucking like street thug. I was like, that's fucking brilliant.
Do you see how she gets over guardrails? It's fucking hilarious. Like, you expect her to get like a little bit youthful in her dexterity and ability and stuff. No, she literally just clambers over it. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing? And then she tasers somebody in the fucking neck. Yeah. She's fucking unstoppable, mate. I am that fucking character. In a post-Brexit world, it's the elderly that are gonna fucking take over.
Straight. Yeah, I'm like,
maybe that was Theresa.
I want to be Agnes. Go on, Agnes, go taser those fucks. Yeah, no, it looks really, really good. I like the way where you kind of when Agnes got taken out. I'm calling her Agnes. I don't know why. I don't think that's her name. And it switches to the Spec Ops girl, and then the way the combat suddenly completely changed. Now she's like macking people like John Wick style. I really like that, how they've all got their own little kind of personalities and kind of control methods. Yeah. So yeah, it looks really interesting.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a go. Actually, I wasn't expecting to be impressed by that game. So yeah, that looks good. Brexit the game. Can't wait. The other one that looks all right as well is Roller Champions. Has anyone seen anything on that?
Oh yeah. That actually
no, nothing about this.
They've released a free demo on Uplay. I think it's only on PC at the moment, but it's basically like Rocket League from what I can see. Well, it's got a Rocket League vibe to it. So it's like you're in like a massive sort of track, like a speed bike track, with walls though. And then everyone's on rollerblades, and you kind of got to get the ball, and you basically got to do as many laps as you can before popping the ball into a goal. The more laps you do, the more multipliers on your score. But people just come and fucking take you out, and it looks like good fun. I think they're pitching to kind of have a little bit of the esports pie. Personally, yeah, good. Same as Rocket League and Dota and all those sort of games. I think that's what they're going for. I'm not sure if it's actually a game you buy or whether it's free to play. 'Cause I've heard murmurings of free to play.
I think it's free to play. Yeah, I think it is free.
But yeah, like those sort of games are pretty good. There was that I can't remember what it's called now, but there was a game that we had for a little while, which it was like Tron. What was it called? Laser
League.
Laser League. Yeah, it got shut down apparently. It was all right, you know. So like those sort of games where you just like quick pick up and play, and it's fun, and then I'm done. And go play something else. Like they're all good. So yeah, no, that'll be interesting. I can't wait to see more of that. Couple of honourable mentions: Panzer Dragoon remake on the Switch. Yeah, I fucking love Panzer Dragoon. Like, I mean, I had all my mates had fucking PlayStations, and I got a Sega Saturn. So the heartbreaking thing about it was. The heartbreaking thing about it was because my mum, I didn't know who Sony doing a PlayStation at the time. It was like, oh, that's not going to do anything. Sega are the ones. So I said to my mum, I was like, oh yeah, I'm well up for a Sega Saturn or whatever. I really would like a Sega Saturn. She did a normal, that's never going to happen, we can't afford it. And then I switched. I was like, no, the PlayStation. My mate's got a PlayStation. It's amazing. And then sadly, my mum passed away a few weeks before Christmas. And her last present to me was a Sega Saturn. And so, yeah, I was like, really, like, I can't even switch it. Yeah, I was like, can't even go and swap it at the shop. I can't do it. That's like, the last thing my mother bought me was a Sega Saturn. You'd think I'd be sentimental and still have it, wouldn't you? Nope.
Gamer's life. I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, that's.
There's going to be some comments, but now I feel like it's
I say what you like. I'm thick-skinned. So okay, moving on. Managed to kill the conversation with my sad life story. What did we get? Oh, hello,
Nintendo.
No, there's more to come. Still more to come. What are these ones though? What's this? Tales of Arise. Oh, Tales of Arise. Oh, the new Tales game. Yes, looks awesome. Did you see that one, Dirk? Tales of Arise.
No,
I did not. What?
Nobody saw
No one
it.
saw it. Yeah.
Did you guys not see it?
What?
So do you know what the Tales games are?
No.
Okay, so the Tales games are anime-based JRPGs, and they generally put real anime sort of animation into the cutscenes. So Tales of Berseria, Tales of Zestria, those sort of things.
Is Sonic and Tails in it? Sonic and Tails in it?
Sonic.
Okay.
That's what I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought Tails has a solo game.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah!
I was like, wow. What?
I was interested, and now I don't know what the fuck
Jesus
everyone's
Christ.
talking about.
Anyway, it looks like one part sort of Fable, one part Final Fantasy. It looks pretty cool. It's very pretty. There wasn't an awful lot of it shown. Moving on then, since you two don't know about that. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Wait.
So,
what? Did I... What?
Deb, what were you doing during E3, mate? The new Dragon Ball game. Dragon Ball Z
Having a
Kakarot.
poo.
The RPG.
I literally have... What?
Did you not see it?
No! What?
They showed off the RPG.
When?
The fucking Dragon Ball Z.
What the fuck happened to me? What?
Derp,
I don't know!
Derp, are you a child of divorce?
Wait.
Yeah.
You seem to be missing a lot.
They showed off this
That's all I'm saying.
trailer. It's basically about 3 minutes of screaming, as you'd expect from Dragon Ball. I want to be excited for this, because Dirk will tell you, I'm a little bit of a Dragon Ball Z fan. Little bit. Yeah. Might be a little bit obsessed with Dragon Ball Z and Super. So, but this looks like I'm playing the same story again for the 900th time, because every time there's a Dragon Ball game, they always just cover the fucking first two sagas, and it doesn't. They've not shown us anything past Frieza Saga, and they pitched this as like an action RPG, like a narrative-driven one. So unless the story goes off the rails and into some like alternate reality shit, I just don't see how they're going to keep it interesting, because we've been here before. We've done it so many fucking times.
How have I fucking missed this?
I can't believe you have.
What?
I'm disappointed in you, to be honest. I'm going to tell Ryan on you.
No.
He will be disappointed in you as well. And Matt. They'll both mock you in tandem.
They'll disown me.
Piss poor, mate. Piss poor. Okay, you've sickened me. Let's move on.
As Balf whips his imaginary back, he walks out to...
There's still a couple more. I just want to go through a couple of honourable mentions. We got the new From Software game, which is in collaboration with George R.R. Martin, known for his work on such TV series and books as Game of Thrones series. It's called Elden Ring.
What's that?
Oh, did you see that, Derp? Did you actually see that one?
No, sure. Well, anyway,
No.
it was just a cutscene. Dark Souls meets Game of Thrones. Need you say more? Dying Light.
Okay.
I just hope D&D don't get involved in it. That's all I'm saying.
I doubt it. So we've got
Fuck those guys.
Footage of Dying Light 2, which looks like Dying Light 2. It's just more Dying Light, isn't it? Yeah,
Assassin's Creed / prototype type vibe going on.
About Assassin's Creed though, they did show off Odyssey's new additional thing. What they're doing, the make your own mission.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I mean, Odyssey is a very good game. It's too fucking big, but it's not like The Witcher was because what they've tried to do is do a carbon copy of The Witcher, but in the Assassin's Creed universe, and for the most part they've succeeded, but it just doesn't have the level of interest. The characters aren't as interesting, the story's not as well written, it's more grindy, And so, you know, when you play The Witcher, you can lose yourself for hours and hours and hours in it. Whereas I can only do about an hour of Odyssey before I start to get a bit bored. But it's nice to just go in, clear a couple of bases out, turn it off again. What else did we get? There was a couple of other...
Nintendo?
Fuck it. All right, we're going on to Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Okay,
Nintendo. I like my Nintendo.
What are you going to talk about with Nintendo then? You're so keen
I like
to
my
get to it.
Nintendo.
I don't know, I just wanted to say Nintendo.
All right, okay. Okay, so let's just not fuck around. Fucking Breath of the Wild 2, people. Breath of the Wild 2.
Yes.
Oh,
Creepy
yeah,
as fuck. Creepy as
So
fuck.
Dave sent me a video yesterday, and it's, do you know, like, backmasking and stuff?
No.
Okay, backmasking is basically when people used to say that Black Sabbath's music had the devil if you played it backwards.
Oh, okay, right, yes.
Yeah, the devil
Yes,
talking.
yes.
Yeah, so that's back. It's called backmasking. Well, somebody backmasked the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, and it's fucking horrific. Yeah, there's voices. And shit. It's fucking. It's very creepy.
There's
but yeah,
voices.
let's not focus on that. Yeah, so there's a new Breath of the Wild game. What they showed, it didn't really show off that much, but it doesn't matter because it's a Breath of the Wild sequel. Do you know what I mean? Like, Breath of the Wild is the most highly reviewed game in the last, I think it's 8 years. And there's only one other game which came even close to the same score, like talking across all the boards, yeah. And that was Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a fucking achievement in itself. Speaking of which, we haven't talked about Baldur's Gate. We're coming back to that in a minute.
That's right.
I almost
I was just about to say, actually.
Yeah, so Breath of the Wild 2 looks fucking great. Luigi's Mansion 3. Oh.
Hey, that's shit. That is really shit. Who the fuck plays that game?
I don't know.
Nintendo was a bit shit. I mean, like, a lot of their things were a lot of indie things, which is fair enough. That's fine.
I saw people on Twitter like, "Oh, Nintendo smashed E3." Nintendo.
No, they didn't.
Did they though? Like, okay.
I mean, they had like a few handfuls. Obviously, Breath of the Wild was a big like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
The other one was Pokemon, which is
let's talk about Pokemon. Moving on.
It's going to be a cool Pokemon game. It will be addictive as fuck.
Yeah, it's
happy days. I'm going to buy it.
Yeah. And Link's Awakening looks fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it does. It looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah.
And for me, that was pretty much about it. Nintendo.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 looks awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, that looks very very cool. But the thing I was really disappointed, they didn't really show off anything about Metroid, which I was really excited about. Yeah.
They're getting The Witcher. They're getting The Witcher 3 on the Switch.
Fuck off. I know that's a fucking bad idea. Witcher 3 on the fucking Switch. Fucking hell. I haven't even played the fucking game and I know that's a fucking bad idea. Jesus Christ. Like, hey, you little doofy retards screaming at every fucking announcement. We got Witcher 3 on the fucking Switch. I was like, yeah! Money! We give you money! It's fuck off.
Yeah.
Eat a dick.
They are pretty crazy, the Nintendo fans. Like, I enjoy all my gaming platforms, but like, when you get the Nintendo fans, they are crazy. There's no other company that could do like 3 separate character announcements at an E3 conference as their own separate video, not lined up all together. You know what I mean? It was like, we got a game video, then we got a character announcement, then we got another game video, then another character. Can you imagine if Mortal Kombat did that? People would be losing their shit. It'd be like, fuck off, just show us all the fucking characters. Do you know what I mean? Nintendo are the only company that can get away with that. Their fans are the only ones who would tolerate that. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so there's new Smash fighters. Why don't you show us all of the fighters instead of treating it like that it's their own?
You say that with Mortal Kombat, but they kind of do.
No, they release like YouTube videos individually. They would never go onto E3 and show you like basically take up a conference and just slide videos, character revealed videos into a segment where there's like a game. Oh yeah, here's Spawn, here's a game. Here's Terminator, there's a game. Do you know what I mean? It just wouldn't. No, but we wouldn't tolerate it. You'd be like, fuck off. You had your slot. Use your slot to show your characters. So yeah, Nintendo. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the Switch. Like, I enjoy the games on it. It's definitely got a place in my heart. But yeah, some Nintendo fans are just fucking too much. So it showed off the Dragon Quest games. I've never really got into those, so I don't really know what to say about that. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. I knew they were coming up with a Mario and Sonic game. I knew it was due. I did say to. I think I was talking to one of the guys that I kind of watched it with. So I watched the Nintendo show. I was like, a generic Mario game, probably like it's like some kind of Mario Athletics or something along those lines. And yeah, so I was nail on the head there.
Was there anything else? Not really. About it.
Okay, so I mean, before we close up, I do want to talk about Baldur's Gate.
What's that?
You want to punch in the dick or what?
How do you even game?
So yeah, for those not in the know, Baldur's Gate is highly revered as the greatest RPG series of all time. It's funny because the last time a Baldur's Gate game was released on the PC was 1998. So it's a lot of nostalgia there, guys, but it still holds. It's still a fantastic game to play. They did release one on the 360 and the PS3, I believe, in like 2007. But they were kind of more just hack and slash. They weren't in-depth RPGs like the Baldur's Gate series is known for. So yeah, like the game license has been given to Larian Studios. If you don't know who they are the people behind Divinity Original Sin 2, which is one of the best RPGs of recent times. Really, really funny story is that the CEO, he's a Dungeons and Dragons nerd. He grew up playing like tabletop D&D. He's really into like the whole Wizards and Sword Coast. He actually went to them to ask if he could make Baldur's Gate 3 years ago. And they were just like, we don't know anything about you, so no. And so he's gone off. He's made a couple of games, a couple of 10 out of 10 scores later. They come back and they're like, oh, you wanted to make that game for us, right?
Hey, I know you. Hey.
So it's based on the Dungeons and Dragons rule set and in the Dungeons and Dragons world as well. So in the trailer, you see a lot of squid action. There's like
but I didn't know anything about it, and I'm like, oh, is this a Lovecraftian Diablo mix thing? Knew nothing about it, and then as soon as kind of read into it, obviously the whole history is there. It looks fucking amazing, but again, what the fuck is it? Is it just an RPG? Is it?
Yeah, so it'll probably be a top-down tactical RPG. But the thing about the Baldur's Gate games is the complexity of how you build your characters. So I'm not even sure if the current gaming industry is prepared because of how complex D&D rule sets, the games used to be. So if you play something like Baldur's Gate or Neverwinter Nights, each time you level up, you have multiple choices and you don't get to select all the powers. Do you know what I mean? You get like, okay, you can choose like, here's 20 things you can have one of. So you're okay, I like that one. And then the next level up, you get another 20 things that you can kind of choose from or whatever. And so you can never sort of have everything. And so you choose your build very carefully. And there are hundreds of builds you can make, do you know what I mean? You can cross-class as well, which really gets complicated. So there's so much
cross-class.
Yeah, so cross-classing is like I don't know. I start off at
Dub's brain has gone boo boo.
It's not complicated, dude. Okay, so okay, Dave. Okay, Dave. So put it like this. Okay, we're forming a party. You want to be a wizard, so you're a wizard, and then you actually think, well, actually, I'm getting killed quite a lot, so it'd be quite nice if I had a sword. So you can cross-class into a fighter, which means you can level up in both of those classes. So you can be a wizard that also uses swords, or a thief that can use magic. That's cross-classing.
Oh, yeah. All right. Hibernizing. Yeah. Go on. Not that complicated. I'm gonna go stick a pencil up my nose. I'll see you in a minute.
And now he doesn't move.
I can't tie my shoe.
Like apples.
My feet hurt.
So yeah, no, it's got big shoes to fill. But honestly, I don't think there's any other company I would sooner like have it in their hands than Larian. They've really shown us with the Divinity Original Sin games that they truly care. They've delivered. Our first actual game review was Divinity Original Sin 2. Back in the days when we were still trying to be like IGN, before we grew a personality, and I think it was a 9 out of 10.
Before we unleashed.
Yeah, before we became the bad show and stopped giving a fuck, and now we just now we just swear and make dick jokes and hope people like us. It is pretty funny. Yeah,
that's why I came back. Holy shit, these guys are up in the game. It's dick jokes.
All the dicks.
Yeah, we just brought
fucking in there.
Out and basically decided we'd go all fucking, dick jokes and swearing.
Gun ho.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah. So basically, Baldur's Gate should be good. I think. If I expect nothing less than amazing. In fact, my top 3 picks for the year will be Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy VII, Baldur's Gate. It's all I need in my life. So, if you guys got anything else you want to bring up before we close?
Yes.
Oh God, here we go.
I do, Balf.
What?
Man-eater.
Oh, man-eater.
Yes! I've been waiting for this.
Fucking
it's on the bottom of my notes.
Motherfucking eater.
I'm throwing my fucking notes away. Go on. Talk about fucking man-eater. Oh, fucking kicking over the bin. Oh, I love it. Fucking talk about it.
It looks so fucking cool, man. It's exactly what I was hoping. It's basically Jaws Unleashed on crack. It just looks like fucking brilliant fun. I could after it's gonna be the biggest downfall. It's the fucking Epic Game Store, but I'm sorry, Valve. This is the one fucking game I will go to Epic Games for and play the fucking shit out of it and eat every motherfucking there is in sight. It looks great. You can upgrade your shark.
Fucking Epic Store. Yeah, no, I did. No, it was really distressing actually. Sorry to go off subject, but I was watching the PC gaming show, which majority of the games on there were like, yeah, I'm not going to get excited for. I'll probably pick up along the way. There's some nice looking games there. But Shenmue 3, which was a crowd-funded game, is going Epic Store exclusive.
Fuck, yeah.
I was just like, there's going to be some angry people because there's so many of the PC community which are against what Epic are doing, and then they've crowdfunded a game which is only going to be available in that store. It's like,
oh yeah,
and they've also, I'm pretty sure they're not doing refunds either.
Oh shit!
Nope.
No, I'm pretty sure they're not doing that. So
That's
it's fucked.
Yeah,
Even
so they took everyone's money, built it, and got not exactly what you asked for. Now fuck yourselves.
Then sold it to Epic for more money. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They're banks.
The PC Game Show was very irritating because, like you said, they were showing off this game. You're like, oh, cool, that's fucking good. Epic Games Store, fuck off. Just like with Chivalry 2.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we're bringing Chivalry back.
Epic Game Store.
Epic Store.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you. It's like, don't need that shit. It's like, granted, we got another game which is basically Chivalry 2, which is on Steam anyway.
Mortar High, or whatever's good.
That's the one, yeah, Mortar High. That's the one. Which is good fucking fun. It's basically Chivalry's spiritual successor. And, well, it's on Steam, so, that's getting more hype. Fucking Epic Store. But Man-Eater is the only fucking game I will get on there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I was quite enjoying the gameplay of it, actually. The whole sort of way they announced it. This is a shark PG. It's so fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get metal teeth so you can eat boats. Yeah, it's going to be pretty great.
It's not taking itself seriously. It's just going to be good old-fashioned fucking fun. It's, like I say, it's Jaws Unleashed, on crack.
I just want to turn Derp into a fucking shark. That's That's all I want to do. I think he'll be a better man-eating shark than he would be a derp. I don't.
You probably see his tail and eat himself. Like, that's what we call him.
Derpy.
So, anybody else got anything else they want to talk about before we close off?
Did we talk about Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm out.
We didn't say very much about it, but I don't think there's much to say. Okay, so E3 2019. I mean, E3 is always a bit of a cringe fest, always full of lies. Bring out your lies! But we did see some interesting videos. There were a few surprises, and overall, I think it was actually a better year than what we've had previously. So yeah, I think if you've got any conflicting opinions and you want to voice them, put them in the comments section. We do always like to hear from y'all, or just talk to us on Twitter. So that's where we're most active. Until then, I guess say goodbye, everybody.
Bye. You're fucking breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
You're breathtaking.
Well, stay out here. Yeah, okay. I'm going to sign off now. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're still here, you have the stamina of a champion. And we're done.
Derb's mom says that all the time.